תצא לו מלחמה על אויביך, ונתנו אדוני אלוהיך בידיך, ושבית שביו. וראית בשביה אש יפתור, וחשקת בה, ולקחת לך לאישה, והבאת אל תוך ביתך, וגילך את ראשה, ועשתה ציפורניה, וסירה שמלת שביה מעליה. וישבה בביתך ובכתה את אביה ודמעה ירחמים, ואחר כן תבוא אליה ובלתה, והייתה לך לאישה, והיה אם לא חפצת בה, ושילקת לנפשה, ומחר לא תמכרנה בכסף, לא תתאמר בת אחת אשר עיניתה, כי תהיינה לי שתי נשים, האחת אהובה והאחת צנועה, וילדו לו בנים האהובה והשנואה, והיה הבן הבכור לשנייה. והיה ביום הנחילו את בניו, אשר יהיה לו, לא יוכל לבקר את בן האהובה על פני בן השנואה הבכור, כי את הבכור בן השנואה יכיר, לתת לו פי שניים בכל אשר ימצא לו, כי הוא ראשית ענו לו משפט הבכורה. כי אליש בן סורר ומורה איננו שומע בקול אביו ובקול אמו, ויסרו אותו ולא ישמע עליהם, ותפסו בו אביו ואמו, ויוציאו אותו על זקני רעו ועל שאר מקומו, ואמרו על זקני רעו, בנינו זה סורר ומורה איננו שומע בקולנו זולל וסובר, וגמו כל אנשי רעו והבנים ומת, ובירת הרע מקרבך, וכל ישראל ישמעו ויראו. What does it mean to be a Jew? Does being Jewish mean having Jewish parents? Or is it eating kosher foods and observing the Sabbath? Does being Jewish mean believing God and Torah and learning in Israel? Or does it mean being a constant victim of hatred, prejudice, and persecution? The answer to this is yes. All of these are elements that have been major parts of Jewish lives throughout the ages. But there is one more feature in the character of a Jew which has not been mentioned. It is this feature that is alluded to in today's Sedra of Ki Tetzei. This is the quality of character, compassion, and sensitivity. Ki Tetzei is a combination of several subjects covering many different aspects of life. It deals with the treatment of animals, prisoners of war, debtors, criminals, workers, and the defenseless, such as the widow, the orphan, and the stranger. In the portion, the situations and laws vary, but the pattern is basically the same. Interwoven throughout is the thread of kindness, compassion, honesty, decency, and love. Man's dignity must be respected. We do not own a man because we are his creditor. We are not permitted to invade the privacy of a man's home to collect money from him, unless we are invited. And the Torah says that if a poor man gives us collateral that turns out to be an article of clothing he needs at night to protect himself from the cold, then we must return this to him at night so as not to heartlessly deprive him of this essential. In terms of lending a poor man money, the Torah establishes guidelines on the amount of interest a man can or should be charged, as the objective is to help him get out of debt. Ki Tetzei also speaks about protecting the welfare of the widow, the orphan, the stranger, and other defenseless members of society. With regard to treating animals, the Torah applies much the same type of law as it does when treating people. For example, it says in the Torah, Lo tacharosh b'shor v'chamor yachtav, meaning you should not plow with an ox and a mule harnessed together. This would be cruel to the mule, obviously a smaller animal of lesser strength. On the subject of animals, the Torah also says, Lo tachsom shor b'disho, meaning you must not put a muzzle on an ox while he is treading corn. The reason for this is that we cannot deprive the ox, who has worked very hard, from eating of the food before its eyes. The animal has a right to what it has labored for. A similar law states that a worker has a right to his share of the product he makes or the crop he sows. Another law warns that we are not permitted to take a mother bird from her nest at the same time as her young. We are allowed to take the young on the condition that we set the mother free first. The reason is that if the mother goes free, she will not see or know that her young have been taken, and so she will feel no pain. Since this law says that we cannot take the nest with the mother bird, in reality we will not even touch the nest at all. because unhatched eggs and young birds are unfit for food, so besides the mother, there is no reason even to want to touch the nest. Since the Torah is so sensitive to the pain and suffering of animals, how much more so must we be sensitive not to inflict pain on human beings? Several ordinances in the Sedra deal with kindness towards our brothers and our family, but we would expect that. My opinion is that the laws dealing with the prisoner of war, the slave, and the criminal illustrate the Sedra's theme of kindness even more. We find that in various wars, soldiers steal, plunder, and loot. We are taught in the Sedra that the Jewish soldier is forbidden to do that. He must show respect for human dignity. For example, if a Jewish soldier takes a female captive in war, he must show respect for the time of her grief, allow her 1 month to grieve, and he must not treat her as a slave, but rather as a human being with dignity. Punishment of criminals is also covered in Ki Tetzei. Punishment for a certain act should be according to the seriousness of the crime, no more and no less. The purpose of the punishment is not to humiliate and embarrass the criminal, but to bring him back into the brotherhood of Israel. He is referred to as the wicked before he is punished, but afterwards he is once again your brother. So in other words, he is cleansed by the punishment. About slaves, they were generally well treated and had human rights. We know that throughout history, runaway slaves were tracked down by bloodhounds, caught, and sometimes severely punished. The consequences were extreme for small mistakes. Not only are we commanded not to return runaway slaves to their owners, but we must guard, protect, and if they choose, let them stay with us. In this manner, the Sedra completes the composite picture of the Jew. Unfortunately, today, little attention is paid to acts of love and decency. Instead, we read daily in the paper stories of violence and crime. But we cannot allow this to be the norm. Kindness and decency also deserve the world's attention. In reading Ki Tetzei, we learn that those who do ill to others are abomination to God. Those who do good to others will be blessed by God, so all of our actions are linked to God. Hashem has given us the freedom of choice, but He prefers that we choose the righteous path. In reaching my bar mitzvah, there is much to learn from my Sedra. I will now be taking on many new responsibilities as a Jewish adult, as a student, and as a person. As I progress, hopefully I will succeed and achieve many goals. But just as important as the achievements is the way I act towards people, with kindness, sincerity, and sensitivity. Ki Tetzei teaches us that Hashem will judge us not only by our achievements in Torah and in the secular world, but also by our treatment of other people and even animals. I would now like to thank my parents for all the care and love they have given to me, and for all the time and energy they have spent on me, and for everything they have done for me, which is everything. I want to thank Rabbi Kastner for all of his help in preparing me for my bar mitzvah, because I really could not have done it without his help. I want to thank my brother Eric for just being a great kid. And I want to thank my mother, my father, my brother, my grandma Frances, and my grandma Pauline, Aleha HaShalom, for all of their love and support now and always. I'd like to thank all the teachers at Solomon Schechter for giving me my education. And I would like to thank all my relatives, my family, and my friends for coming today to share with me the celebration of my bar mitzvah. Thank you.
That's it.
You were terrific.
Your mother first.
You were wonderful.
And we're very proud of you. And
You were great.
and also, here's your brother.
You're welcome.
Say something. Okay.
Oh, I love you. You were great.
Yeah, those were great words, and I'm sure you're going to live by them and make us all proud in the future as we are today. And when you grow up, you'll be rich and famous, and you'll take care of your mother and father in their old age.
That's easy to do.
Okay.
Now.
He's another one. Yeah.
You went to this cousin Lester, you know. That's what you know, the friends. Guys,
My father's cousins, and these are my cousins on the other side.
Cousins.
Lester and Gail.
Hi. How are you? Nice to meet you. Pleasure.
Should we go inside?
Let's go inside.
Oh, did I tell you? Did I tell you? Guys.
So far, so good.
Over in Union Memorial Hospital. Somebody saw my picture hanging up. It was, they had some type of confusion on the internet.
Say anything? Say something, Shane. Oh, Evelyn looks beautiful. She looks absolutely
We love her dress.
And these girls are gorgeous too, so you have to get them.
Bill Davis.
You want to say hello to Michael?
Hi, Michael. How are you doing? Hi, I'm her daughter. Notice the hair. My name is Kim, and this is Michael's bar mitzvah party.
Yes, this is video. This is Shirley. I'm Shirley. Hi. I'm a star.
So what happens is when I got up after Michael finished, I went up and I said, "I'm sorry, kids, there's no candy." So everyone was saying, I was telling the story. Come on in, this is video, Gail. I was telling the story of why I got hissed yesterday in synagogue because the kids were expecting bags of candy and we didn't prepare any candy. She asked me why I got hissed. And they all accumulated waiting for the candy. And when I said, "Kids, there's no candy," I got a round of boos from the audience. And it wasn't the $20 for the candy. So to make up for it, I'm going to send them all a case of M&Ms tomorrow. Each and every kid. And I'm sure their parents will love me for it.
You have to stop.
I did 3 times. Channel 4 News.
Did a great job. He did.
Great.
Really glad to know him, and he's very nice. This is a beautiful place,
It's really nice. The party's great.
and we look forward to having a great time.
Yes.
I'm happy now. He's been so nervous. Now he's happy. Now I can relax.
Relax. Say hello to everybody.
This is Gail. Hi.
Sweetheart.
Stevie, who was best man at our wedding. And Gail, who goes with him.
That's right.
Stewie would have been
That's
best
right.
man at our wedding, except that he was in California.
Yeah, Stewie didn't show up. He needed a pinch hitter.
That's okay. All right, I will get you a Barbie pin. Excuse me.
Everybody's going to have a story, so don't worry.
Okay, that's better. It's the Brooklyn contingent, all the beauties.
Say hello.
Say hello, Jules.
Hello, how are you? How are you?
The redhead's a star.
Okay, hi.
Go ahead, talk.
Say something.
Come on, you had enough to say before.
Right.
Oh,
Good luck, Michael.
good luck. It's done, dummy.
Well, you did a good job.
It's bad.
You never had me.
Okay.
So I could look good if I could eat something at least.
Yes, yeah.
So did I.
And he sang Roniak Mother, very good.
He sang that, and then the Torah, he did Musaf, made a speech.
Tremendous.
It's great. It was good.
He missed the whole sang it.
Absolutely. I know it's getting gray. It's unfortunate, Mother, but you had another gray. You got one more gray hair since I saw you last.
One black hair.
To the Rothschilds, congratulations with my full man. Congratulations with my semi-full man. Michael did beautifully and the affair is lovely. Now move on. Move on. Bye-bye. You see all the food here? You
she's, oh.
Mine too.
So you can, I figured that would be okay, right? No, I mean, no, that's you take her up. I don't want her to go along. Yeah, absolutely. Right. No, I understand. She'll know me.
Francis, that's not fair.
Me too.
What about the rest of the family? Are they checking?
Probably told me.
Oh, we're talking. We are talking. We're talking about
Old times.
old times.
Yes. Right.
Who are you? Who are you? You don't belong
He
here.
belongs in here.
How about your brother? Where is he?
My brother lives in Florida.
Something.
And I come as a visit and I leave.
Erwin retired down in Florida. Erwin Rothfuss, name is God. That's the mother right there.
It's too muggy down there.
No, it's not. It's beautiful.
I live in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
How did you get to Allentown from Brooklyn?
Oh, he's been in Allentown all the time.
For 18 years.
Allentown, they have
I went out there because of Air Products. I was tax counsel for Air Products, which is a big, major company.
Oh, just kidding.
Don't bring me into this.
Oh.
You talk.
Are we ready?
Go ahead.
You're on. I'm on? I'm always on. Okay. It's a pleasure to be here at Michael's Bar Mitzvah with all my dear friends who I don't get to see often enough. We're all having a wonderful time. Janet is laughing over there at me. Joan is smiling. And Mazel tov to everybody.
I just want to congratulate Michael on his wonderful day, and I want to introduce my friends to you. This is Barbara and Dick and Joan and Tina, who I know your name forever.
And Bob.
Right.
And I'm here by myself.
And we're missing, the only person we're missing now is Rachel, who is really cute, but you'll hear about her at another time. And I would just want to say one more thing to you, Michael, that I have very special thoughts about you since your mom introduced my husband and I 18 years ago.
And I'm the husband. I'm
And here
Steve.
he is.
Hi.
Hey! Okay, and now I'll hand the microphone to my good friend Barbara.
Okay, I have something to say because on the night that Michael was born, my husband and I were very close to the hospital. And we went to the hospital and we found Stuart and Evelyn. And Stuart was flying. He had just experienced natural childbirth with Evelyn. And Michael had been born and he was absolutely ecstatic. And here it is 13 years later and we're all together and we're all very happy.
One other thing. Okay. Evelyn introduced me to Joan. And I introduced Joan to Andrea, who introduced her to Bob, and that's why Rachel's at that house.
All right, I'm gonna say something.
Is this not the Ginsburg bar mitzvah? Jerry Ginsburg is being bar mitzvah. This is not the Ginsburg bar mitzvah. What room is this?
Hi, Michael, and whoever else is watching. We just want to tell you, first of all, that, well, Evelyn is my oldest friend, and I really love her. And I like Stuart too. Thank you, Susan. And you did a wonderful job yesterday. You were just so full of poise and confidence. We were all very proud of you. You made a wonderful speech. And we're all having a wonderful time at your party. And your parents have done a wonderful job. And congratulations.
Say when. Go? Okay. Just want to say a few choice words about this fantastic occasion, the celebration of the bar mitzvah of Michael Jason Rothfeld, whom I've known since he was a little boy, who is now fantastic. And it's a pleasure to be here with his beautiful mama, who looks absolutely svelte, gorgeous, scintillating, and still lovely. Mwah!
Thank you. We'll be a kiss. You give me a kiss. You're going to be in the movie, and we'll show you the movie. Come on, have a kiss. Come on. Now wave
Hey,
to
I
the
missed
camera.
that one. I missed that
Did
kiss.
you miss
I
that
missed
kiss? You have to give me another kiss. Okay? Mwah.
Now Lisa give her my kiss. I'm not giving you.
You're in trouble.
I want to talk it.
Why is he in trouble?
No, you wrong. No, you wrong.
He's in trouble because he's turning 13 and that's the unlucky number. He turned 13 already.
This is Yoel. Yoel is known in our school as Alley-oop because he can't throw a football. Would you like to say anything, Yoel?
Yes, I hope to change that.
Wait. This is Greg.
Hello.
I don't know what to say. Brian.
Yes, I would like to say a few words to my fellow audience down south in Mexico a little bit.
Okay, this is...
I would like to say how beautiful America can be.
Watch, you're gonna break it. This is Scott.
Hi, Mom. I just want to say that I'm having a superb time here.
You're having an affair.
Yeah, I'm having an affair. Me too. Don't know with who. Mike, you're cool and yeah, have fun and you're amazing and it's great to be here. Yes, Mike, this is a great party and I hope we can do it again sometime. Right.
Okay, thank you. Joel?
Yes?
Okay. Here's my brother Eric. You want to say something? Say something. All right, we have a bunch of weirdos over here.
You remember when you were a little boy?
Sure do.
My little stick. That was my best place.
That's why it is.
Not me already. It's no fair twice. You talk. No, I don't want to talk.
That's not the thing.
Please, you talk. Say Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov.
You're supposed to crack jokes.
Hi, Mom.
Hi. Mazel Tov to Evelyn and family, Eric and Stuart.
I don't know what.
Ladies and gentlemen, now that you're so comfortably seated, every one of you please rise. Everybody please rise. No exception whatsoever. Everybody please rise. Here's the rabbi. Now, take a few steps towards the center of the dance floor. Form a few nice circles. And let's bring our bar mitzvah boy in, Michael, accompanied by his parents, Evelyn and Stuart, and his brother, Eric. Let's hear it for them. Everybody, form a circle, let's dance together. Let's sing together. Mazel tov, 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 mazel tov. Yeah, that's a chance for you to learn the words. Mazel tov, 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 mazel tov. Yeah, nu, no simcha. Kol chatan bar mitzvah, kol sason v'kol simcha, kol chatan bar mitzvah, ray lay la 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 lay 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 la 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 lay 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 la 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 lay 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 la la everybody back to the circle. We have too many watchers. לשם בחיי, הזמן נוקי בעודי, ירח בלם שיחי, על מי אשמח בשם, השירה לשם בחיי, הזמן נוקי בעודי, ירח בלם שיחי, על מי אשמח בשם. ladies and gentlemen, kindly be seated. Please return to your seat.
Look right here, Grandma.
We'd like to call up Aunt Carol and Uncle Abe Eisenberg. Okay, let's hear it for that.
Looking right here.
Okay, and now let's call on cousins Elise Eisenberg and Lori Bauman for the fourth candle. And for the next two candles, as a group, we'd like to call on Great Aunt Fanny Wellington for one, and also cousins Barbara and Margie Wellington for the
Maury, not Margie. Maury.
You look like Margie.
He wasn't the one.
Nice one, Abe.
How's it going? You made it. Right here. I'll wait for the next one.
Next thing I'll throw you out.
All right, when you kiss him.
And now we're going to call on Great Aunt Betty and Uncle Bill's girl for the next one. For the next candle, we'd like to call on Great Aunt Jeanette and Uncle Julius Goldberg.
Look right here, sir.
And for the next two candles, we'd like to call on Great Aunt Sylvia Itzler and also cousins Gloria and Melvin Jackson.
Look right here. Look right here, please.
for the next two candles, we'd like to call Ray and Rose Cowper, one, and the other cousins, Renee and Maurice Cowper.
Look right here, please. Look right here, please. Look right here.
And for the next candle, I'd like to call our cousins, Barbara Davis and Joel Stewart.
Look right here.
And for the next two candles, we'd like to call our cousins Mark and Anita Stern for one, cousins Bowen and Miles Goldberg for the other.
Look at the video. It's the Brooklyn contingent, the Staten Island contingent. One candle. One. One, two. Two. I just got it from the proctor.
Wait, do it on the other
Look over there, Anita. Look, thank you.
And for the next two candles,
Many good years.
we'd like to call our cousins Doreen and Crystal for one, and cousins Dale and Leslie for the other.
That's your package.
Look right here, please. Look right here. Big happy.
And for the next candle, we'd like to call on cousins Beatrice Allenberg and Miriam Kaufman. And for the next two candles, we'd like to call on cousins Elise and Dan Ixel for one, and cousins Rita and Marty Press for the other.
Looking right here.
Well, nowadays, everyone in the school. And here we are, down to the wire. We'd like to call on our Mr. Michael to light the last candle. Okay, Michael, are you ready? Make a wish and have your parents and your brother join me. Blowing out the candles, everybody join together. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Let the fire get higher, I want to reach out and grab Everybody sing, abracadabra. I want to reach out and grab you, abracadabra. Abracadabra. I heat up, I can't cool down. You got me spinning round and round, round and round. Don't you know? place is on fire. Been a long day and hope it went too good. But wait a minute, baby, you have it done. And I'm so glad you made it. So glad you made it. You got to give me some love. 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 All right.
Here.
What is this? That's good.
I think you should part his hair in the middle. Okay? Now, your turn.
It's fine. He did really good yesterday.
I think Michael made an excellent speech, and he should live up to what he said in the first few lines, definitely.
Don't you think you should part his hair in the middle?
That's what I was gonna say. He should. He should put his hair in the middle. Get that.
Okay, well, it's a very nice bar mitzvah, and he did very well.
They're very nice people. Very friendly and everything. Kind of strange, but besides that, they're nice.
Life's too bright. Angel.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, Michael.
Gyro.
Gyro!
That's not red.
Gyro beats the...
You know what that is, Mike, don't you? Gyro beats Hi, George. Hi, Mom. Hi, George. Hi, Michael. Don't watch me. I bet you enjoy doing this. Look at her, look at her. You want to thank my mom? I never realized this room was so dark. Hey, Mike. I fell in her. I'd like to thank the Academy for all these awards. Find this time up.
Luz de Israel.
And now he wants a yes, that's what she said.
Sure, I've seen that many times.
But she was in New York in lunchtime.
It's just a very amusing one. He does. They laugh. Every time he destroys it. Where's the line? Hurry up.
Where's Bill? Where is Bill? He had to go, but no one else could go.
Oh, okay, good.
We can say some Miss Lou, honey.
Do I want to do Miss Lou?
Yeah, come on. No, I won't. They are.
Jeff is going to show us.
Jeff's going to get bored.
Oh, the money.
Get ready, two couples at the same time. Yes, yes, two couples. Let's go. Yes, line of dice, two couples set. Well, line of body line, bang inside of kata. I insist on two couples. On the trombone. Remember, next round, three couples on the same side. Three couples. Question. Jesus. Five. Yes, yes. 1, yes, wait a minute. How many of you didn't get a third yet? Raise your hand. Too many. Therefore, all of you at the same time. Yes, yes. 1, 2, 3. Inera kevet, Mr. Velvet. Agaskalima, Mr. Velvet. Inera kevet, Mr. Velvet. Agaskalima, Mr. Velvet. Form into a big choo-choo train and circle around the room. Now don't go to the kitchen. Inera kevet, Mr. Velvet. Agaskalima. Inera kevet, Mr. Velvet. Circle around here in two long circles. That's not you. This train's going nowhere. Cut in the other line. Cut in the other line. You shot me talented. Inera kevet, Mr. Velvet. Agaskalima, Mr. Velvet. Inera kevet, Mr. Velvet. Agaskalima, Mr. Velvet. Mr. Velvet, Agaskalima, Mr. Velvet. Inera kevet, Mr. Velvet. Agaskalima, Mr. Velvet. Inera kevet, Mr. Velvet. Agaskalima, Mr. Velvet. Inera kevet, Mr. Velvet. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated, return to your seat. Your next course.
I never really got over Several people phenomenal. One guy
Doing your math though.
Say something profound.
Excuse me, there you go. My name's Daniel, and I'm
Mark, say something.
Should be saying something.
On behalf of Table 12, members of the Suburban Synagogue of the Suburban Torah Center, we thank you, Evelyn and Stuart, for inviting us to your mitzvah. And it's a pleasure for us to be here and share this occasion with you.
I'll second that.
And this is a very, very
What? Special table. Special.
prestigious table.
We lit
all
12
lit
candles.
We all lit. We all lit.
Right, look, right. Have another drink in here, huh? Look them.
Cheers to
Yeah?
the gravy.
To Michael.
Beanie, you have to have something in there. I have ice. Ice.
He has the dregs. Do we have a video?
Barbara. Oh, good.
To Michael. Isn't that something?
You only came yesterday?
No, I said he was going to yesterday. He was leaving the house. He was going to go out and take a walk up. I said, tell him to come down.
Oh, he walked with Matthew.
I'm talking about
My son, you're going?
the afternoon.
The afternoon? Yes. Oh, and
He started going to came by just then.
but you know, we think next month.
Hello. Hi. How you doing? Hi, Michael. Evelyn, Stuart, how you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you for inviting me today. Had a wonderful time here today.
What am I supposed to say? Is this microphone as well?
Yes, it's a microphone.
Hi, Michael. I said the same thing.
This is my mother. Louder, louder.
What?
Louder.
Louder. And she wasn't invited. This is my grandmother. She was invited by my brother, but not anybody else. Nothing for you. Be here with him, enjoying it with you. Here's some words.
That Eric is ugly. No, like him. He's dumb.
Come here, honey. Okay,
Come on, here's Aunt Fanny.
Hi, darling. I enjoy being at Michael's bar mitzvah, and I certainly came 1,400 miles to see you, right, and to be with you and Mama and Daddy and Grandma and the entire family. And I hope you have a lot of mazel and be healthy and well with everybody else. Okay, dear? And nice seeing you too, Eric.
Of course. Thank you.
No, Eric is a bicep, and he doesn't like him because he's a bicep.
This is my Aunt Sibby. Hi, and what can I say about Michael, how proud we are of him and how much we love him, and Eric and Evie and Stuart, and how special this day is to them, and how very, very much I love them all. How do you like the food? Food's fantastic. This is my Uncle Freddie.
What can I say? This is probably one of the most magnificent affairs we've ever attended, and it's super special because it's the affair of people that we love very much, Stuart, Evelyn, and their wonderful, wonderful children, Michael and Eric, whom we all love very, very, very much.
This is Grandpa David.
Michael and Eric, I love you both. You are really wonderful. Great. According to heute. You are really great. And I wish you lots and lots of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
And here's Lori. We don't like her. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm very happy to be here and very proud of Michael. I love him a lot. I love Eric, and I'm real happy to be here. How do you like the food? The food's great. This is cousin what? Elise.
We don't like
cousin
her either.
Elise.
No, just kidding.
I love the two of you both very, very much.
You did an absolutely super job yesterday. You were great, both of you. And I'm very, very happy to be here, and I love the two of you very much.
Thank you. Oops, I forgot. This is Aunt Carol. Aunt Carol.
Oh, we're so happy to be here. This is such a beautiful affair, and we're so happy to celebrate with Michael. We love him so much. Michael and Mom and Dad and Eric.
Thank you. This is Uncle Abe.
We're very happy to celebrate Eric's wedding. This is your wedding?
What?
Is today your wedding day or what?
No.
No, what is today?
Michael's bar mitzvah.
Oh, Michael's bar mitzvah. Oh, well, I thought it was your wedding, but it's okay. As long as Michael's bar mitzvah, we're all happy to be here together.
All right, let me have it. And this is Michael. Michael, I don't know, but Michael. And here's Mommy.
I want to say that I'm very, very proud of both my boys, and I'm very happy and thankful that we can celebrate this day together. I'm very grateful and thank you.
And this is my father, the one who has to pay for all this.
Right, so you better take a good video. I'm very proud of Michael and Eric. Eric is the coming baseball star, and Michael is an accomplished star. He did a great job at his bar mitzvah. And I really have a great family, not only my two boys and my wife, but all my relatives and friends that have come here today. Okay?
And now signing off from Channel 8 News, the Rothfeld Affair.
With that grandma
at Short Hills. Goodbye!
Hi, Michael. We're so happy we found each other.
Now, could you please tell me, where did you get your dress? I don't want to know how much it cost. Just tell me where you got it.
Oh, we searched far and wide in this little shop, in this little boutique somewhere off on, where was it again? Yes, it was over there, wasn't it?
Thank you. Now,
go around and model it.
Okay, now I want you to drink this to the same kind of fashion style you have. Drink up. Thank you.
Words to you and to Michael. Yesterday, of course, this is the party, and it's a very happy reception, and we're delighted with it. But of course, the main event in terms of the bar mitzvah was the religious ceremony that took place yesterday. And at that ceremony, I was called upon to say a few words that is customary for the father of the bar mitzvah boy to say, and that was the blessing that goes, Baruch sheputrani meyonsho shel zeh. And those words, and I'll explain what they are in a few minutes, those words struck a very vivid chord in my memory, because I remember when I was a boy growing up, and every time I would get out of line, my father would say to me, oh, I can't wait until I say Baruch sheputrani. Of course, he used to say Buriach sheputrani because he was a Klutziana. But for a few years, I didn't know what that meant, and finally I found out, and the blessing means, thank God for freeing me from the responsibility for this child. So I understood what my father meant when he said, I can't wait to say Baruch sheputrani. But Michael, I want to assure you that even though I said that blessing yesterday, freeing me officially at the bar mitzvah, the responsibility for bringing you to a bar mitzvah stage, I still recognize my responsibility for college and medical school, not to mention the car and all the rest of the things that I'll be, performing for you as time goes on. I also want to take another minute of your time and tell you a little bit about the origin of Michael's Hebrew name. When Michael was born, unfortunately both our fathers were gone, and we wanted to name him after our fathers jointly. And my father's name in Hebrew, he called himself Yechiel Mechel. Yechiel Mechel. And Evelyn's father's name was Michal, which was very close to the second part of my father's name. So we compromised and we called him Yechiel Michal. And of course, I was more versed in that kind of stuff, and Evelyn felt that I had put one over on her because Michael's name sounded to her, after we made the decision, as if it was closer to my father's than her father's. And especially when he got into school and they started calling him Yechiel in class, which had nothing to do with Michal, which was her father's name, she really thought I put one over on her. But a couple of years ago, in going through some of her papers of her parents, we came across her father's wedding certificate, father and mother's wedding certificate, and it turns out that his name was also Yechiel Michal, which is amazing, and I'm sure as the rabbi or anyone else who's versed in these things will tell you, it's a very unusual name, and to have both grandfathers with the same name is really quite a coincidence. And you might say, Michael, that your name was Bershert, which means fated, as well as obviously the fact that your mother and I got together. That was also Bershert. At the beginning of this year, I looked forward to this year, and it turned out that we had, as a family, quite a few simchas. And it turns out that on July 27th was our 15th wedding anniversary, and on August 15th was a very major, of course they're all major, but let's say this was a milestone birthday for Evelyn. And of course the culmination was the bar mitzvah, and of course I was looking forward to all these simchas, but I was also wondering how in the world do you celebrate all these simchas in such a short period of time. I kind of wish they were spaced out a little bit, but I might say that it all worked out very well, and of course the culmination is today in the bar mitzvah reception, and the biggest part of that is the fact that all our friends and relatives are here with us under one roof. It's almost staggering to have you all here and showing the love and affection and friendship that you are showing, and I appreciate you all being here very much. And now I'd like to introduce you for a minute to Evelyn, who would like to say a few words to you.
Really what happened yesterday, Michael's bar mitzvah, and we're just thrilled and excited, and I guess overflowing with joy, which is something that I think most of you know, if you know us. And I want to share with you just a few things about some of the things that came before. My niece Elise just told us that she has a tape recording of our wedding, and at the wedding I was talking about our son Michael. Now wait a minute, we were married 15 years ago. What I want to illustrate is that I guess because of our fathers' names, we always used to talk about our Michael. And here it is, and it's Michael's bar mitzvah celebration, and we're really filled with joy. You've all heard the saying, the child is father of the man. And what we're seeing now with Michael is really the changes taking place from the child going towards a man. And I wanted to share with you a few of some little thoughts about some people that kind of had input into who Michael is. One of them is Grandma Frances, and she's very, very special to us for several reasons. One is that her commitment to Jewish tradition has really been very strong in terms of the foundation in our home, and it's something which has added a lot to all of our lives, and we want to thank her for that, and also for her excellent chocolate chip cookies. I want to say something about my mother, Grandma Pauline, may she rest in peace, and she was also very much a part of our lives, and we feel she's with us today. And it was all of her sensitivity and caring for Michael that I think was passed on to him with his sensitivity towards others, and for all the times that she had so much patience with him that when I didn't, I'm very grateful. And I'd like to say thank you to Eric, because Eric is the person who taught Michael the meaning of both brotherly love and sibling rivalry. And Stuart, of course, Daddy, has had a lot of input into all of our lives. Recently, I mentioned to him that he has taken me to many, many places. He's taken me skiing, so that was a big first. And so I can say I've been to the mountaintop, which I have. He's taken us to the ocean. That's a place that we love to be. He took me for the first time in my life into a shul. The first time was when I went to Stuart Zafra. That was the first, and that has become part of our life. But I do want to say that even though Stuart was the person that took me into shul, Rabbi Castanes is the person that keeps me going to shul. So I wanted to just mention that, and I wanted to thank all of our friends and all of our family for being here to share this really great joy with us. And really, I feel that our cup runneth over, and thank you for being here with us. I would like to now introduce Rabbi Castanet to say a few words.
Tough act to follow. I want to thank you for this opportunity to represent, I guess, all the guests on the floor, since I was not asked to introduce anyone else. And I guess it is really a pleasure for all of us to share with you in this moment of simcha and in the moment of pride. I'm especially thrilled by the fact that you constantly, the two of you, mentioned that you are celebrating today, yesterday's simcha, of the way Michael performed, the way Michael showed himself to be the man that we know he is now, and how proud we all were of this accomplishment of Michael's. You know, we keep on talking about, I spoke yesterday and you spoke, and from the time since we know each other, I believe, we've been talking about Michael's name. And I was very, very thrilled today to find out about the impact it made, because someone called up and I was sitting in the office around 12:30 and said they'd like to give a book in honor of Eric's bar mitzvah. And so I knew that we really explained the name of Michael very well yesterday. But in all honesty, it really is, and she realized, and she said she did listen to the sermon otherwise. The name Yechiel Michal, and Michal it is, not Michael, but Michal, as I said yesterday, is the name of a very, very prominent rabbi. And if I may just, even though Stuart suggested I repeat part of what I said yesterday, I'll try to put it differently. He is a man who lived a couple of centuries back and was a student of the Baal Shem Tov. One of his strong points was, as I said yesterday, was being polished. You saw in the story I brought out that his character was really being polished by his father and by his teacher. But he had his own personal strength that, of course, they found and wanted to develop. And it was, he had a power to sing, a feeling for music. I believe that Michael must also have a very good potential there. His voice he has a very good voice. And the Baal Shem Tov, who was his teacher, used to ask Yechiel Michal to sing for him very often. He used to compose songs for him. As a matter of fact, when he was on his deathbed and he felt he's leaving this world, he asked that Yechiel Michal sing for him. And Yechiel Michal composed a song that I was listening to yesterday, but I won't undertake to sing it. But it's a very, very strong melody, very, very strong melody. Because he was a person that was very sensitive and felt others and felt the need to improve himself. And the Baal Shem Tov made a remark when he was passing from this world, that whoever will ever sing that song with a feeling to improve himself, he, wherever he will be, will listen to that song and will deliver it to its proper place so that the person can achieve his maximum. And it occurred to me now when you were saying that Michael is sensitive, that it's so much part of his name. Parents are given a power to prophet. Really, it's a power of prophecy to choose a name for a child. It may be logical. In this case, it was very logical. But it is always more than that. Why a certain name hits a father and mother to be the right name for a child is something which is beyond their immediate logic and immediate understanding. And it is something that they draw from to give that child so that he can or she can draw from that name and the power of those letters to really program his or her life accordingly. So I think that this is something that you have given him, which is a beautiful gift, and which is very much in keeping with all this that you have continued to do for him and that you've promised today to continue to do. To give him sensitivity to others, to give him a feeling for music, which is a phenomenal kind of strength because it is considered one of the strongest forces that people have to express yourself in song. And to really be able to express oneself in song means that you express your soul, source of your soul, through the power of your body. And I would like to hope and express in the name of everyone here that Yechiel Michal, our Yechiel Michal, be able to sing, be able to express himself, be able to find the sensitivity that he has to mature and to sense and feel and be kind to other people. Find that his relationship to other people be guided by his logic, by his strength, by his study, and by his heart. By above all, this combination that I talked about yesterday, his heart and head, his mind, working together with his hands to do and to lead a life that we will all be proud of. May we all continue to have nachas from Michael, from all our children, and from all such simchas together. A good and a happy new year to all of you, and again I thank you for this opportunity. Mazel tov.
Rabbi, turn around and say hello to the camera. Sure. Was that French toast? French toast. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I'll bring you. We have some strudel.
Could she have a little piece of that? Thank you.
Thank you. Moose.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I hope for the next affair we have manzel bread. Right? Right. We want to have Francis' manzel bread. Ooh, there is Mia.
The balloon's the best thing.
Somebody fell with the
So what looks good to you?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure. I'm so confused at this point. Should we eat dessert?
What do you think? Do you think we should eat dessert?
Eat.
S.
Yes.
We should S gesundte hay. That means eat in good health.
Es gesundte hay.
Right. Remember that, okay?
Eat in good health, not just eat. He's always giving us counsel on good things.
Sometimes I don't take it myself.
Right. Made sure that I checked out the caterer. Made sure we checked out everything was just right.
Oh, Eric.
Eric, and here's the other boys.
Yeah. You want to say something?
What?
You want to say something?
Did you have a good time, Eric, at the party?
Yep.
We still have a little while to go, but all these months of planning. And I want to say we are feeling so high. It should only last. Tomorrow is a regular work day and a school day, but we'll try to last a few hours.
Tomorrow is no school.
School, never mind. Go to sleep early. Clean your room.
I think it's been great, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
I think it was a good party.
Oh, the bar mitzvah boy. Give him
a lot of food, and it was disgusting.
Okay.
Oh, so it's time to go now, and I just want to say, I want to thank my parents and my brother for everything because it's really wonderful. I want to say thank you. And
should I kiss you with whipped cream?
And I can't wait to get home to count the money. So, just kidding.
Shalom! Till Eric's bar mitzvah.
Adios!
רכבת חוצה שם פרדס ירוק, הסירה עוד רוקעת מעל, ועוד נשרף הערפל בעמק, והזריחה והטף, וגם ההורה ההיא עם ההי, עולה עוד עולה, קולה לא נדע.